This video is for those of you who have an inner knowing that you're meant for something better or something great. Like maybe you work at a mediocre job and you know you don't belong there. Or maybe you have a gift that you aren't sharing with the world but know you're supposed to. If what I just said is relatable, keep watching. Last night, my mother and I saw Wynonna Judd at the Louisville Palace. Now, going into her show, I expected a vocal powerhouse experience, but not a spiritual one. I want to share with you a few things that Wynonna said that I think you need to hear, because her rise to fame is the same as everyone else's. Her rise to fame started with an inner knowing that led to a vision. Any person that's ever had a significant impact or left a legacy says the same thing. Their impact that eventually led to a legacy started with a vision because they knew in their gut that they were meant for something big and they acted on it. So last night, Wynonna told us that when she was 10 years old, despite being dirt poor and living on welfare, she knew she would be a rock star. She said no one believed her, and that she walked around carrying her guitar case and thought, one of these days, these people are going to wish they had been nice to me. She said she didn't fit in anywhere, so she was sent outside a lot. And during those times she was outside alone, she envisioned being a rock star. And at 17, she went from welfare to millionaire when she signed her first record deal. Now, her story is one example of thousands of examples of how intuition works and how manifestation works. I cannot stress this enough. If you want something, you're meant to have it, or you're meant to do it. Now, there is a place for the Wynonna Judds of the world, because not everyone is meant to be a Wynonna Judd. It's not by chance that she envisioned being a rock star at 10 years old. Her intuition told her what she was meant to be and do. What if she hadn't followed it? She talked a lot last night about always following her gut instinct, and I have always done the same thing. Like Wynonna, living my life that way has served me well. Now, when I turned my back on my gut instinct, I paid the piper. What I'm telling you is to follow your inner knowing. And if you aren't in touch with it, here's how to strengthen your intuition. And I use the terms inner knowing and intuition interchangeably, okay? So there's no logic to the intuitive messages we receive. We just know. I've heard many people say to follow your heart, not your head. But with me, when my intuition is firing, my heart and mind are completely connected and on the same page. There's no contradiction whatsoever. It's crystal clear. Okay, back to how to strengthen your inner knowing. Silence. Connect with the silence. Meditation is the best way to do that, but just eliminating noise from your life will strengthen your intuitive ability. That's a great first step. I always suggest that you ask for help. However you address the divine, ask for help. You can say something like, Universe, God, I am open and ready to receive any divine wisdom, knowledge, and creativity that you have for me. I ask you to strengthen my intuition, and I trust that I do not need anything but my intuition to make any decision I need to make. Say this every day. Stop asking people for advice and go within for the answers. Never consult with another human being about any decision you need to make. You have everything you need to make the right decisions. A wrong decision can wreck your world, and if you use your God-given intuition, you will never make a wrong decision. Another thing you can do to enhance your intuitive ability is to ask yourself the 4 soul questions. If you aren't familiar with these questions, they are, who am I? What do I want? What is my purpose? What am I grateful for? Those 4 questions. Right now, I'm 46 years old, and I've spent the past 17 years of my life living and breathing the living on purpose lifestyle, and I know it's the only way. I have evidential proof that it is the only way. Relying on my inner knowing has led me to create greatness and live a life that I didn't think was possible 20 years ago. To turn my life around, I stopped ignoring those intuitive nudges. Acting on my intuition, even when it didn't make sense, led me to figuring out my life purpose. And I've come to the conclusion that no one can be truly happy unless they are living their life purpose. That's the key to sustainable happiness. Not that you won't have bad days here and there, but those bad days don't last as long. and they aren't nearly as bad when you're living your life purpose. And your intuition is screaming at you right now about something. And that something is your life purpose hiding in plain sight. So if you're living in poverty, but know you're meant to be a rock star, a supermodel, author, or whatever it might be, let your imagination run wild. Those visions that come to you are real because that's one way your intuition communicates. But if you repeatedly block out those visions, you smother your intuition. Now, I have a 15-minute guided meditation on my website at paulaswoke.com. The link is in my bio. And I designed that 15 meditation with young Paula in mind. It's a meditation that will wake up your intuitive sense to the point that you might be in tears while you use it. And it's free. I'm not trying to sell you anything. All right, that's all for now. I hope all of you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And if you have any questions about anything I've said here, drop them below.